Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay. So I could find a way, guys, to start recording this game, Grid 2 HD, and this is a beautiful racing game, and so I decided to start again a new career, um, and um, and so in this case you're gonna be able to enjoy the content with higher quality and. And yeah, I'm gonna just show you a full career mode, very hard on this game. I decided to change a little bit the kind of content that I upload and start like uploading racing games, at least until I can just finish off this game. And then depending on the feedback and depending on how appreciated these videos will be, I may upload more in the future or not. I will see. But I personally enjoy this game, and being able to record it HD with better quality, better graphics, it's just more enjoyable, and it's gonna be also more enjoyable for you to watch. So right off the bat, when you start this game, you have a race. Here I'm gonna just switch the controls. I'm driving with my keyboard. I don't have any wheel, so definitely it's not as precise as it could be with a wheel. But yeah, I will I will do my best.
This is our chance to make a name for ourselves. Put on a good show and someone will have to take notice.
And in this case, I also got the volume up a little bit, so you can hear your race engineer and also the engine sound and all the stuff that is so awesome. So in this case, I just prefer touching the wall by being able to overtake those 3 cars at once. Okay, a little bit of wheel banging there. But yeah, this first race is quite easy in my opinion. I don't really know the difficulty of it, but it's very easy to overtake everyone and come on first.
You'll lose control of the car if you keep cornering too quickly, alright?
Oh, don't worry. And I already know this car. This is a drifting car, so you can drift even if you don't brake, just by turning quite sharply.
Great comments to show you, pal. Keep going.
And yeah, that's it. So that's the first event that you face when you start this game.
The buzz here is incredible, man. I couldn't keep track of the amount of camera phones focused
And
on
of course, the higher your position is in this first real event, the better it is. But I think every top 3 position may work. And here the investor, that is the guy that wants to build this World Series of racing. It just calls you, and he gives you a chance to start driving and start like entering to some clubs and start appearing into events and getting more and more famous, and then build your career off that. So I very much like this game because it throws you into the action right off. So without any like tutorials or anything like that, you have to race right off. So it's very nice for that reason.
He's got some big idea to set up a new world racing series that's gonna take the world by storm. His words. So today is a no pressure tryout.
And it's pretty much this is the first real try that you have, where you can train your driving skills. You can train how the car feels, how to drift properly, and so on.
Look out for the brake marker boards. They will help you judge when to start slowing down.
And in this case, yeah, you can do as many laps as you want here. The important thing is
nicely done. You judged your braking point well. Okay, let's move on to some drifting.
like
Get
trying
some speed
to
up.
do a
Tap the
good
brake
time.
and
I
steer
think
hard
if you
into
can
the
do
next
a
turn.
time lower than
Continue to turn on the back
1:35,
will begin to slide out.
1 minute
You'll need to get
35
back on
around the
gas to
track,
carry the drift.
your engineer will
Get
be
ready.
already
Next
impressed,
corner,
so you
let's
can
see a
end the
drift.
session right there. In this case,
Balance
this
your speed
drifting
when
was
you
not
turn,
very
and get
good.
ready to
I
catch
lost
the
more
back end
time,
as
I
you
think,
slide.
that I earned.
The next turns after the bridge are a little tighter. Don't be afraid to come off the gas a little if you need to.
Yeah, here is just giving you some tips about the next set of turns. And
Well held and good speed.
but I
Looking
think
like a
in
pro
this
already.
case, a very useful tool that the game offers to you is the minimap. Oops,
That's
just carried
okay.
too much
There's a
speed
lot
right
that
there.
can go wrong on a race day.
So I'm
Let's
going to
see
use a
what that could have
flashback.
gone.
Now flashback is a
Just
tool
select
that
the
the game
point of
offers to
replay that
you.
wanna resume
It's going to
from.
allow you
Hit
to just
flashback.
replay your last action and to do it properly. So in case you messed up or you make a mistake, you crash or anything, you can just use a flashback. You have up to 5 for each event, and you can just do it. You can use a flashback to do it
Hey,
right.
that was seriously impressive. No doubt you'll.
All right, so that's a lap, and also I really don't need to train, so I'm gonna just end the session right there. And from this point on, the real career starts off.
For a while now, and your performance in Chicago is the reason why you had to drive around the Indianapolis Speedway. Now I have something to offer. My dream is to create a World Series of racing. Imagine the high-speed racers from the US, the technical guys from Europe, and the drift kings of Asia, all in one competition to determine the world's greatest driver. But first we need a spark. We need a star. And that's where you come in. To get our name out there, I've set you up with some of the USA's elite racing clubs. Once we get the US clubs on board, sign some of their drivers, get their fans, then we can start hosting our own events.
Yeah, that's pretty much the explanation
I
of
just
the
need
game.
some details, then I'll get my people to
So
draw up some
here,
contracts. Got a
yeah,
good
just the
feeling
name.
about this.
So
Let's make this happen.
I'm gonna just use the name of the channel. Age, yeah, I'm between 21 and 30. Nationality, Argentinian. I am Argentinian, so I'm pretty proud of it. And here you can use also your personal name as an audio name, so that when your race engineer talks to you, he's gonna use your proper name. So that's another custom thing that you can add. It's quite nice to have. As I said, difficulty level very hard, damage full,
So
and
first
let's
up,
go.
you've got an invite to compete with new in race events.
So,
the aim is to cross the finish
first
line against
event
competitors.
is
You know, all
a
your
race.
driving skills
Now
make
each
your
event
way
that
through
you
the pack
will
to
participate
bring
on,
home the win.
you're gonna have goals, so objectives, and you're gonna also have like fans that you can win, and each event will award you a certain amount of fans, and the more fans you have, the more events you can enter, and so on. So the more you can grow, the more you're famous,
Ditches
and
by the road.
boom.
They could turn your car over if you crash.
So in this case, this is a race where there are no laps.
Finish in the top 3 to get their attention.
And it's just a one long circuit, and in this case the goal to impress the investor once again is being able to come ahead, oh, wow, okay, than Harrison Carter, that in this case is currently in second position.
You
So
can
I have to try to
outmaneuver
overtake
get
him.
past and take his place.
Right. So can I think here I can just take his position. He will brake a little bit. Alright. So the other two guys are quite ahead. But I think they're racing. So they may be a little slower. Careful here. Just lifting up the throttle a little bit to do the turn. Okay, they braked a lot there, so that was a good overtake. And here, just the last 2 turns. Yeah, nice. So I'm not braking there, and boom, that's P1. yeah, this is another event, another race where
You won your first
um,
race. Way to go, pal.
like coming first is quite easy. You could see right there that the computer, even very hard, sometimes it breaks in some weird spots, and so you can catch them up.
Okay, Alex. Well, your performance
Now
has
here
got
I
another
can choose a
fun
reward,
interesting.
a
The
car,
Transamerica Pacer.
and
We need a Japanese-built vehicle to
now you
compete
can
with
see
them.
that both
So
cars are
here's two
gonna
to
be
choose from.
gonna have pretty similar stats. So top speed, acceleration, power, and weight, and both of them are gonna be drifting cars. So exactly like the Ford Mustang,
Good choice. You got the option
they
to take
can
any of the cars you own for a
drift
test
even
drive.
if you don't
It's
brake,
a good way to
and
test out the limits of the car
they
before
use
you
the
head into
drift to
competition. Sponsors
as their
are
main
a great way
specialty.
to get your name out there.
Now here's just the
Each time you
sponsors. I'm gonna
advertise,
just
have a look at your
randomize that,
available livery options.
and here I'm gonna just change the livery of the car, none, and colors, metallic, and let's go with the classic blue. Actually, a little darker, not so dark, not too dark. All right, and that's it. Then number. My number when I played as a kid in sports, 43, and that's it. So all cars are gonna be this nice dark blue,
Are we
and
ready
done.
to go? Check your race calendar and see about getting. Okay.
And so here you can see that I can access to different events. I can access to another race. As you can see that it's unlocked once you reach a certain amount of fans.
I've organized a test drive at
So
Indianapolis.
2 more
anytime
races
you
here,
need it.
or in different circuits, of course, or to face off. So in this case, I'm going to do the face off.
One-on-one, no holds barred charge for the line. There are no penalties for contact. Just remember, you can push hard, but so can they.
And as the boys explained, it's pretty much a 1 versus 1 eliminatory rounds. And if you can come ahead of the other of your rival, then you can access to the next stage until you get to the finals. And if you win that, you'll get first position. So it's pretty easy. Nice. This blue is awesome. So here I have the inside line, so I'm gonna just break the other guy. Here we go. And from this point on, I can just keep staying ahead. And as I said before, a very important thing that you can use when you are when you are like racing on a track that you may not know is look at the minimap. So look at the minimap to see how tight the next turn will be. So if you need to brake more, how much you can drift, and those are all useful things that helped me a lot when I first learned this game. And so definitely always take an eye to the minimap and see if how the next turn will be, so you can prepare in advance, moving left or right, and how much you will need to brake. And boom, yeah, that's it. So that was the first round, completed quite easily. Now for the second one, I'm starting again on the left side. So the first turn is on the left side, so that's perfect. I will have the turn advantage once again, I think. Actually, this guy is quite fast, so I will just need to drive well and try to overtake him in another point of the circuit. Alright, like that. That works from the outside. Yeah, that car right there is is the car that is one of the strongest cars in season 1. Is the Chevrolet Camaro. Z, I think it's the full name. So yeah, that was a more difficult win, I have to say, but nonetheless the important is coming ahead. And now final round. So normally like the more you go until you get to the final, the harder your opponent becomes. So it's more difficult. Well, actually, it should be more difficult. But yeah, sometimes that rule is not always respected. As you can see right here, I think that car right there is it's even worse than the Camaro. So I think this final round would be even easier than the second one. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, sometimes it happens like that. So some preliminary rounds may be harder than the actual final round. Alright, I think that was a very nice lap. Yeah, 49.49. My final time was the fastest of my 3 times. And that's it. So that's the second event, so that's the face-off. And I won the final round, so my final position is again first. So of course, your main goal is trying to, well, complete the objectives whenever they're available, and at the same time being able to win as many events as possible. But sometimes you will see that some events are quite hard to win. So now in this case, what I'm gonna do is I will do this challenge, and then I'm gonna end the video. And in this challenge, to win a car, you have to use the car that you want to win on a certain track, and you have to beat a target time. So in this case, the target time, you can find it in the top left side, is 58.0 seconds in this map. And yeah, here you really have to push, try to do a lap as fast as possible. And this is another drifting car. And you really have to push. Again, look at the minimap to see the next turn, how tight it's gonna be, how fast you can approach it, if you need to drift or not. In this case, for example, this one I will not drift, it's not necessary. This one is a little tighter. This one as well is quite wide, so I will not drift, not even on the next one. And instead here drifting in the last one. And ooh, nice. So always these targeting times, especially on very hard, are very close. So I really have to drive without any mistakes to be able to achieve the target time and to get the car. Alright, and I think I will end this first video with the promo event. Now this is another event where you just can use it to win fans over.
But you'll get more points the faster you can get from one car to the next. Remember, keep one eye on the road and the other on the traffic.
And yeah, in this case, like the boys explained, is pretty much trying to overtake these slower cars, and avoiding collisions. So every collision that is quite hard is gonna make you lose your streak bonus. And so yeah, you will understand more once you see how the event works.
Let's reach those new fans.
Here there is no problem with colliding because I wasn't overtaking any car right there. So here I really like to go fast. So you have to really go fast, but at the same time avoid any collision with the wall or with the other cars. Sometimes you're gonna have to brake because some certain parts of the track are quite narrow. Yeah. This car right here that I'm driving is another drifting car. As you can see, it drifts quite well. I hit the wall too hard, so I lost the bonus. So right there I have to brake a little earlier on. I just hit barely the wall and I lost the bonus for that. That was so bad. Alright, and if you see that if you don't overtake a car every a certain amount of seconds, you lose the bonus by 1. So you have to try, that's why I say you have to try to be fast, but at the same time not hitting the walls. So here, yeah, that was quite risky. Might worked in the other day, so I'll take it. And you have 3 laps, so you can accumulate enough points throughout 3 different laps. Okay, nice. In this case, that collision wasn't counted, I think, because of the fact that the car touched me and I didn't touch it. So careful here. I don't wanna do any reckless things. Right, and now final lap, and on the top left side you can see the score. So you have to outscore a rival. Once again, so it's the same principle as before. You're racing, so it's like about which one of you two can do the highest score. Oh, that was bad. I should have gone around the outside here. There are 2 cars just too close to one another, so that was a bad choice by me. Alright. Here the track always narrows, so be careful. Come on. Alright. So in this event especially, you're gonna use a lot of flashbacks because you're trying to go this fast, but at the same time avoiding any collisions. Sometimes a minor mistake hitting the wall can just destroy your score, so in those occasions always use the flashback. And yeah, that was the event completed, so I just outscored the other guy, so that was all I needed, and that's it. So I think I will end this first episode right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.